like so. This also need to do this thing. Where is the changes is going? Okay, this is the thing. Okay. So much a big response is given by the ChatGPT. Let's just check how and what we are and where we are actually. Let's have a new text file, and here we are going to see. Let's have this perfect journal is okay. We are having this thing and document here. Inspect also. Let's just check. Okay. Are we live or not? Let's just check here. Okay. Uh, can we scale up to window canvas size? Let's we have a canvas size and let's just see now. Uh, okay, before starting the sessions, let me check just our voice is audible. Just saying. Okay, let me connect my device and let's just check. Okay, just a few more seconds and we are good to go. It's loading, it's loading, it's loading. Okay, and let's see. Yeah, is it audible? Okay, let's me just check. Okay, okay, yeah. We have a viewer already. Sahil BFW6. Okay, what's up? Okay, yeah, nice to have you in a session. Have you worked on TypeScript? Yeah, I have worked on TypeScript, and it's a amazing thing. It's a, you can say, the superset of a JavaScript. It has a more thing and also controlled version. You have to define everything on types. So yeah, working on a TypeScript project also. Later on we will be try TypeScript too. But now let's press back to our questions. So this was the questions that we are practicing to in the tomorrow's session. So from the past two sessions we have been try to complete this, and we have also already completed the whole requirement, fulfill the requirement, but it has some edge cases that we have to figure it out. Along with this, we have to optimize this with the system design. The first session we understood the requirements and tried to build the structure. After that, in the second session, we tried to figure it out, fulfill all the requirements and complete it with the details, and make this runnable with fulfillment, and try to make it optimized. And third session, we are completing this whole. Okay, let's just see the comment section. Okay, so Sahil is great. I have an interview with the dev show front-end lead this weekend. Oh, that's a great. I didn't know much more about the day shop, but it was your interview and upcoming. I hope you give your best and good wishes from my side. Don't be so anxious. Just try to be prepared, and you have this weekend, right? So try to use the AI, utilize the AI. Ask AI to give you some interviews questions and prepare with him. So you will be preparing with the demo interviews, and ask AI to how check this is what was the role, and this is an entry level, or although it will be entry level, but make sure you also go through with some kind of stuff like a AI agent driven architecture or something like this. So it's a little bit trending, so kind of related to Gen AI, but it's different from the Gen AI. But when you say, yeah, I know about the AI stuff also, I know about what is the context window, and some of the other tools, skills, and the tools of the Claude. And also I have been have a brief knowledge about and used experience about IDE, some kind of. So you can do. Lol, no entry level. I have 7 year experience. Oh, you have a 7x experience. That's a great. Nice to hear that. Then also you can, yeah, you can be relatable and started with the up to date content, because currently the many things has been updated. And yeah, and everywhere I've been seen the all the peoples, and I've also given the some of our interviews. In that I've seen the AI stuff is actually mandatory curtains kind of thing. So you know, you have to either you have to know about how the agent driven development doing, or the gen AI development has been done, or any other like how you can go with a not just rag is the a little bit outdated. You have to know about the graph, how does the graph database uses, how does the thing. So if you just have a knowledge, I don't say that you have a brief understanding, just have a glimpse of a look, so you can be have a current industry's expectations. And yeah, I'm sure you will be clearing soon, because you have experience, you have deal with many different types of companies. And yeah, and make sure you update us also when you clear the interview. We will be love to hear that you have been selected and you have a positive news. Yeah, we'll be waiting for that. So yeah, let's back to the question. So yeah, so let's see how we can do the optimize of this question. And we have tried to wake up early today, but mission unsuccessful. We can't wake up early and start with DSA. That is the whole issue that I am facing now. Okay, we have a new viewer. Okay, is okay. I don't know. Sorry for pardon me for wrong pronounce. I think your name is Ismail Salan. So hi Ismail. Nice to have you in our session. Okay, let's just check where battery issue. So let me just put on the laptop on charger before starting with the session. Okay, just for a few seconds. Yeah, good to go. Okay. Okay. Let's just check that. Yeah. Now we have internet. Okay, not internet. Wi-Fi. Okay. So good to go. Let's start and see what are the things we are got left out. The progress, not progress. Preview. Okay. Yeah. So perfect choice, problem, automations. No, I want this thing actually. Yeah, review center. So let's see how we can optimize our code. Uh, Good. This is a good place to pause, do what senior engineers actually do during the code reviews. Okay, I'm not going to focus on the syntax and a tiny bug, instead of evaluate it from a low level design. So we are focusing on the system design, and low level design is a type of it. So let's see. So we got a rating of 6.8 or 7.2 between it from the 10 out of, but we have to make sure we are more than 8.5. So we will be check and understand how we can figure it out and understand the system design concept and implement our code. Okay, so here is our code. Let's see. State is actually the source of truth. Yeah, that was the thing which we have been lacking in our code. So currently we have created a state, but what we are doing is here we are already in the function we are creating a last type, and then we are updating instead of last type, instead of the updating the state. So we have to use the last data instead of last type in our function. Okay, let's see how we are going to do that. uh, Looks fine initially, but now ask yourself, does the UI actually depend on the state? Let inspect when opening. Okay, state is open. When it's opening, let's see where we have opening. So opening, first we have tried to render the fruits. We have rendered the fruits. After that, when we render autocomplete inner HTMLs, okay, auto data, and here we try to, okay, so one the data has been implemented. Okay, I don't think so. It's in here. Let's put it here and here. Here we are. Okay. So what is happening here? You can see. It start onwards. It's like this. When we click here, so when we type, it start to what we say, show the data, right? So when we press a key, right? In a search bar when a key down is happening. So here the most important thing starts the functions. So how we can deal with it? Let's just see. Is open the immediately after you do the autocomplete class remove. Then immediately after you do when closing autocomplete data class list dot add hidden. Okay, we are just adding and removing the class here. Notice something, DOM is controlling itself, yeah, not the state. So currently the DOM is controlling all of the thing changes, but it should be changes should be managed by the state. In a proper component architecture, event update the state, render DOM changes. So let's see how we can going to do. So if a search bar add event listener key down happens, so it should be e dot key equals to, if it is matched, then what we are here can do is last date, right? So what I'm thinking is it should be state dot last data plus equals to key dot key. Okay, so I'm thinking about this thing. Let's just see what we can expect. Okay, not here, but we can check here, right? Console.log log state. Okay, let's just check how we are going to deal with it. If you have a console.log line number 68, I want to here check here, check your state. So if you have a app, so it's updating, right? And we if we, okay, if we cut this, so it should ap, right? It's also updating the backward also. Okay, that's great. So we have added the data here. When we will be removing this soon, let's just first add first, and after that what we can do is class type equals to slice. If it is a black space, then what I think so, state dot last data equals to state dot last data dot slice, just removing the this thing, and let's see is it working or not. Replace this and replace this also. Okay, also after that what we are having here is uh just view it so we can see it clearly. Now we are having a last type. Okay, open search of last type. What I am going to do is state dot last data. I will pass here. Okay, pass here the last data. Mm, 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 mm. Pass the last data, right? After passing the last data, what I'm supposed to do is state dot last data state. Check here the state. Okay. Let answer fruits dot filter. Okay, item, and we are having if the item dot lowercase dot includes last type to lowercase, return the. Okay, so what we can do is here instead of that we will going to with the last data. Okay, okay, let's have a question mark before that if it is having last data, and I think so instead of just this we will be try to do null first of all. Let's see, is it working with a null? A P. Okay, okay, okay. It's understand. No, no, no. We can't use the null here. We have to use this thing. And what I'm thinking is, if this is adding here, right? So let's now check. Now it's saying over Apple app and appx. So if we appx and then we remove x, yeah, it's working fine. You can see the updated the data. So we are trying to eliminate the last type here from. Okay. So we have a start data and last data here also return true item. Okay. What we can see is here, uh, whenever it's loaded, instead of this, what we can do here, we can just state dot last data equals to, yeah, you can just do this and update. Okay, so let's give a null here and let's see how it's going to happen. A P P L X. Okay, so it's fine. And when we just access, okay, last type is not defined. Last time, which is 62. 62, line number 62. Where is the 62? Uh, last type. Okay, let's remove this last type and let's just check now what is happening. APPLEX. If we remove this X, it's working fine. Yeah, if it is working fine, let's choose Apple. Yeah, it's working fine. Okay, uh, things are going fine. Let's need the extra variable created to maintaining the state here, right? Else return console.log. Okay, data check here. After that, it is working fine, and we eliminate successfully eliminate the last value. Okay, and now we are dealing with the uh, state. Okay, so let's just check how we are going to eliminate other things. Okay, so which means when I try to click on this and event is happening, so I'm just updating the state. Okay, the state dot last data dot plus equals to key. The state is updated and state has been updated data here. After the state has been updated, so I will checking data through the state only and then updating, right? Let's just see what next thing is. Event state update state render. So I'm updating the state. After that I should do, right? Does it passing the value to state? Open search. I'll just track where we called open search. So after having this, what we will be doing is here, we will just open source and pass this data. When we pass this data, I think the data, this all this stuff will be doing inside the open. Updated the state and we updated the state here. After that, okay, does the state gets anything else? Last type, okay. Mm, 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 mm. Filter the data here. Could we filter this thing fruits, right? These fruits come from directly, yeah. So what I'm thinking is just update this and render data here rather than there. Mm -mm -mm. Uh, does we using filter here also? No. Mm -mm. I know, let it be. So it's a render and we started rendering again. Yeah. Let's be okay. For now, we just eliminate the thing. Okay. Let's move forward. What is the architecture? Is event state change, DOM change manually. Okay. The state is almost unused. Major design smells. Okay, got it. What we wanted something like skewy and is open false. Okay. Last data. For now, we are maintaining the last data, right? Okay. No issue. Function renders. Okay, render function should have. Notice how render becomes the only place touching the UI. Let's see how they are maintaining this thing. We are rendering for now. The current render is like this: autocomplete, inner HTML, the auto data, and for each is for each. Okay, just check our results. So how the for each is working here? We are doing the render thing. So here they are maintaining the input value equals to state query. Okay, instead of this, how we can render lightly? They are just input value equals to state query, which means state dot last value we will last data we can run, and drop down hidden will be okay. Uh, let's just see. Okay, so we will be let's see. Last type exists outside the state. This is probably the biggest issue inside the attach events. Okay, then last okay. Mm, Key down instead of input. This is one more thing that we have been doing. Using the key down instead of input. Okay. Example, this is a very common beginner mistake. You are rebuilding the input manually. Example, key down. When we key down, so it's a last type is plus equals to a. What happens if the user pasted text? Okay, let's just try if we paste this, how it's going to work. Okay, it's not showing the apple. So this is the actually issue. Just so we can start. So you are back again. And what I'm saying is here, when a user just paste it, these are the edge cases that we didn't notice in the question. So okay, so let's second. When a user just paste it, okay. So let's have again. Okay, so user just paste, so it's just understand the last data is V, what we call just last alphabet. It was the control paste, control V, right? So it just captured the V thing, which is not good. We have to do is something, if a user paste also, so it should show the apple word, right? So it has a issue. So how we are going to see? Drags the text, issue autocomplete, use autocomplete, speech input, okay, keyboard, mobile keyboard, EMI, Japanese, Chinese, logic break. Instead of listening for input, they simply state dot query equals to search bar dot value. Mm, Instead of listening for input, then simply much simpler, much more reliable. Okay. Think about this. Instead of asking which key was split, ask what is the value, input value now. Mindset change much better. Okay. Let's try this. So when the event is happening, key down. Okay. Mm, how it's going to work if it is paste, right? So it should have our data, right? So what I'm thinking about is instead of just uh, okay, so we are have a and okay, welcome back. So you have changed your name, right? Laggy Brain, H Fire. Yeah, we remember Gloth Slayer. This was the full form, right? G Slayer. Nice to have you. So today we are just modifying the question solutions that we have been done, because our solution doesn't contain the low level design details. So we have to update it, and currently it's having a little mess of solution. So we are try to optimize it and make sure it's have a core concept of system design. Okay. So welcome back. So currently as issue is if a user try to use a search auto search component and just paste their context, their string, so it's taking the last type value, which means they have done the control V, right, for pasting. So our solution is just capturing the V, but it should not V, it should be apple whole word, right? So we are trying to fix that. So it's happening because our system is asking which key was pressed, instead of it should ask what is the input value. So we are trying to figure this out. So let's see. How we are going to figure this out? When the key is pressed, mm, so any search bar dot add event listener. If it is a click or a key down, mm, let's see for go for the key down only. So now what I'm thinking, uh, instead of this will be okay. So rather than passing the search dot last value, uh, we have already having it right, the key value. Hmm. Sorry, I didn't understand. You can speak little louder, Chris. Okay, okay. So the issue is, I think you understand the issue. So when a user just paste the string, the search value in the console in the search auto complete search, so it's taking the value as a last type alphabet or a keyboard key, not the exact word which is used for searching. So now our way for finding is how we can how we can take the input value, not the pressed value. The issue is our system that we have been created, our code program has understand to fetch the data which key was pressed. The issue is it is listening to which key was pressed, but we have to find what is the input value. Let's have an analogy here. So you can see what happens if a user pasted a text, drag a text, or use autocomplete, or speech input, or mobile keyboard. So these are the edge cases. So it might can be have happen, right? So what I do is instead of listening the input, what we are doing, just state query equals to search bar value. We are doing this. So we have to do this, which instead of key was pressed, we have to figure it out what was the input value. And we are going to do is, let's just see how we are going to fix this out. So if the key equals to key dot match, this is a regex that we are trying to go with. And state dot last data equals to, we are just updating the key, right? After updating the key, we are having console.log. Instead of that, input.elself. Yeah, I am supposed to also, I'm thinking about that only. Let's just check. If instead of this, what we can do, let's have a what we are having here. Let's just check. We are having an input text box, right? So we will be try to figure this out. Type equals to text, right? Search bar. Okay. So we are have a search bar input. So let's target this only. Do we call the search bar? Yeah, search bar. And it has a input, right? Mm, okay, not this. Let's just check this. Search bar. Okay. So what we can do is search. Let's just first console.log so we can have understanding of it. Console.log search bar dot value. Okay. Do we have this thing? Okay. Let's just see. Mm, See this. Okay. So let's just see. You can console.log. Okay. See, this is working. Uh, okay. See this. No, it's not working. I think so. Search bar is a class, right? And dot value. What we are trying to do is search bar dot value, right? Listen for input. Then simply okay. But how we can okay. APVLE Apple. Let's submit this. If it is submit, then click here. Check here status. See this. What line number 72. I don't want to see this thing. I want to see the input box data, right? Mm, How we are going to see this? Let's check. X. Okay. See this. It's working like this. See this. But I didn't get any search bar value. mm, search bar. Okay, input. Can we have a input here? Let's have a document dot query. Sorry, not this query selector, and its input. Okay. Let input equals to here, and what we are trying to do is input dot value. Let's have x. Okay, so input is little bit delay. What we can do this, hmm, how to deal with this? Okay, so instead of search bar, how we are going to figure this out? The search bar is used here, not more time, right? Let's have an input here, and let's check this out. Okay, x x. Okay, it's a little bit delay, and we can't be delay, right? Okay, let's ask for Google. How can we track the input box of value in uh, real time in JS DOM, because it's a delay. It skip the first value, skip the first value, or it's delayed the first value. Okay, key press key down. So input in my input. Okay. Mm, what we can use, event dot target dot value. We can use this also. Capture the very first letter instantly. Okay. Let's just have a try on this. So what we are going to do is input, and here we are having e dot target dot value, right? So we are using x. Nope. If we have a search bar, right? Let's go with the search bar here. If we have a x b, okay, xcb, but it's not updating, it's just x and c. Okay, why it is so? Document.query even input. Okay, input input from the form. I have to um, log console. Yes, cons as well, console.log the log the input value which we get from the uh, input search box, type text box. Yep. See, is there any real time how we can print the input value in the console real time? Use the input event listener. So okay, uh, maybe input to the input maybe. Okay, so what we have, okay, here is interval my constant. No, interval, set interval with, I think it should create only complexity. Rather than we can, we can use this thing. Uh, let's just check. Okay, so we can do this thing. Input and input text equals to type equals to text. So we can go with this, and event dot target dot value. Text box is here, and add listener. We are doing the same thing, right? Event dot target dot value, event dot target dot value, but it not the real time. Um, it has a real time value here. I can see that. mm, what we can do is here we want a value from this. If it is submit, no, submit is not workable here because we have to search bar, right? Auto component. If we have a x, so it's not showing the x value. Why? mm, it's not mean to it that use the input here. What we can do is input. Okay, I was using the wrong thing. We have to use the input, right? So I'm just using the key down, right? So instead of that, let's just check this out, and rather going forward, so I will be just comment this all. And okay, what we can do is here, let's just yeah, first see this. Now I think we have a latest value. Yeah, now it's value. So I just got confused and I had not updated this input. We have an input event also, and using that we can have a live access of the data, which is we having an input value. We have joined a new, okay, we have a joined Joe. Yeah, hello. Hi, buddy. How are you? So he is a regular friend, like others are. So yeah, we are practicing the system design questions, and here we try to complete the few last sessions. We have try to complete the autocomplete search functionality component and implement this. So yesterday's session we completed all the requirements and fulfill. Today we are trying to optimize this code and make it system production ready. Okay, so let's start. So now we have a access of a current value, right? So when the current so what was the motive is to update the using the key down instead of input. Okay, so okay, they actually give us the hint also here, but we didn't got it. Okay, no issue, it's happened. Sometimes it's front of your eyes but you didn't get it. Yeah, it's happening with me a lot of times. So yeah, let's move forward. Okay, yeah, we got this, and here we can do is what, let's just see, we got the value, right? And instead of doing all this, I think we can do is state dot last data equals to e dot target dot value. Okay, uh not this, not here. Okay, search bar dot value. So we got the value, right? And here we are updating the value with a, okay. So before that, let's just check what we got is the state as well as uh, using the e dot target dot value. Let's see this and remove this thing for now. Okay, so if we work fine with this, so we can remove all this thing if else cycle. Here we have a, right? And oh sorry, not a, we have tried the z, right? If we have a p p l e, after that we can see the last data equals to apple, apple. Okay, it's fine, working fine, good to go. We have the open the search, and instead of open search, last type the data is okay, uh, open search. What is mean for the open search? Okay, so what we are doing is event dot target dot value, and we just pass this value to here. And I think so this should not do little more things. Search bar, it is open, that right? Even click selected data, so it should open. Well, let's go with this only for now. We are just passing the this thing e dot target dot value, right? Let's go with this only for now, and let's remove first this thing. After we will be removing this all this mess, let's comment this out first. Okay, 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 okay. Let's remove all this and we are having good to go here. Okay, let's try. If a x, no issue. Okay, so now if I have a p p, okay, not a p p l e, okay, it's fine. If we just paste this input, okay, we have a input last data, right? So okay, we successfully completed this thing. So previously what was happening here, we if we paste this thing, suppose I paste the apple, let's write the first apple and copy this and cut. Okay, so if we paste the apple, it should not have a apple here as a last input. It was containing a last type keyword, which means if I control v, last type keyword was v, so it was showing the last data as a v, not the apple. So now it's perfectly fine and it shows the suggestions also autocomplete. Okay, so we are good to go with this, and let's move forward with the another thing. Okay, now I can simply remove all this if else condition that we are doing with the key event in key down event. So now we just let's come I 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 I think. Okay, suppose 10 code 10 lines of code is wiped out just because of one functionality that we have got input. So this is we are optimizing the code. So like this we can optimize the code and make it more efficient to work. So it's giving the less load rather than the previous version. Previous version we are checking with if else and using the key down button and also translating everything. So now it's very simple. Whatever the value of the input, it's stored from the text here, here in the text box. It will be automatically updated and just work fine. Okay, just one line of code, two line of code we have been changed. Let's move forward and remove the 10 line. Okay, so think about this and okay, we have done the render isn't actually rendering. Okay, this is the most important thing. Current render means the caller must already know what to render, which data to pass. Ideally, render should inspect the state itself. For example, render, okay, read the state.query and filter and show the results. Okay, understood? Or render reads render.filter result. Okay, depending on architecture. The important point, render shouldn't require everyone else to prepare the UI for it. Okay, it's a little bit deep and we didn't understand clearly. Let's just try to figure this out, how we are going to fix this. Okay, so let's sort this out and have a clear intentions. Let's remove this first of all. So what we are having is here render, right? So how we are going to fix this? Render isn't actually rendering. Current render needs a array, right? We are passing this fruit as a array. Here we call this render and we are passing a array here to the fruits array. This means the caller must already knows what to render. Yeah, it's knowing what it should be render, which data to pass, and what should ideally a system wants to be. Render should inspect the state in itself. Render should state itself. Okay, so this is the flow that should be a ideal system must have for the render, which means render read state.query. So here is the render. When we call this, so it should rather doing all this stuff. What should it do? So let's analyze. Okay, understand. It should read the state query. We have a state query, right? Last data dot null. Okay, for now it's null. So what it can do is read, which means we have to read. Let's read. We have a state dot last data. If it is having something data, then it should be question mark. Okay. If it is true, then it's proceed. Reads the data and filter. Filters, which mean we have if last data is mm, 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 we are having a last data, right? Suppose it has a apple here. We are having last data as a apple. Okay, so we have apple, so we can understand and search this data, right? So what we can do is here, we can directly use the fruits here. So let's have a f fruits dot filter. I will be filtering. Okay, let's filter this. So whenever you filter use the dot filter method, you get a answer, I mean as a array. Let's have an answer as a array. Okay, we got a result, and let's have an item here. Okay, so we got the item, and when we filter out the list, so the array, I mean, so we got the array as a response. So how should it be returns? So we have a state dot data, last data, right? So we will try to filter using this thing. So how we are going to filter is, we have to return, right? Filter is written on the base of true or false boolean value, right? So if state dot first we will check if there is, so then only proceed. If state dot last data is having, and it is equals to, instead of equals to, mm, we can, what we can do is, here we are stay checking the true or false, right? But either they can be apple or it can be a, right? So we have to return all the things which are including the a inside, right? So instead of this, we will using we have a string, right? uh, Includes, does, uh, fruits, uh, dot includes method is working. Yeah, fruits dot include, what is include? State question mark dot last data, if it is includes true. Before that, I want to just confirm it's working or not. So we will be using a console.log here, and let's just check this out. Also check with state dot data, what is the date, last data. I want to see that. uh css here. Okay, css here, that is a new thing. Let's try. And we are having, okay, okay, the issue is, I think it's calling again and again. No issue, it's just render all the thing. Okay, if we have a apple a, it is a check false, 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 false. p le, okay, it's fine. But how it should render? mm, let's just first of all remove all this thing, and now we are getting the error, I think so. So here we are apple a p p l e. So false, last data is the apple, right? And it's false, it include a false. Okay, I think it's a array, right? Array will not use a dot includes method. A string is using the dots include method, right? uh Oh, sorry, sorry, sorry. It's not be fruits. It should be item, right? Because item is a string, and dot includes method used with item. Sorry, dot includes method used for string, not okay. So now we are good to go. Let's just check, and we are going to console.log ans also. Let's just check. We have a apple apple. If we got a apple, you can see we have only pineapple. Uh, we just got a pineapple. Why not an apple? So okay, it's okay. Actually, it's just storing higher class also, I think so. So let's item dot includes, before that let's do lowercase, and then it should check includes. So now we have a apple apple. Yeah, now you can see we got the answer as an apple and a pineapple as a result. So now we can figure this out. Okay, so we are good to go. Let's return this data if we going with this. After that, what I'm thinking is about, we got the data, right? Let's just check again. Apple, right? We got the data, and what was our process is read the data. Okay, we read it, and now we filters, and now show results. So how we are going to show the results here? uh this was a filter thing, right? So I'm just curious about how we are going to figure this out. We got a filter data. We got exact data which we want to extract, and we extract it. and it should render the data, right? It should filter data and show result. How we are going to show the result? mm, okay, I think so we have to do this thing. Maybe maybe it's again, why should we do? We got the answer, right? Just we have to show this. So ANS is an array, right? So I think it should be for, okay, it's repeating itself only. Let's check how we are going to repeat this. Let's have this here, and let's just wipe out. So what happened? I think so it's just iterated more time, right? Okay, so we have two loops here, and now we are, instead of having this, we are having ANS. Now we are not going to pass this any array, right? And let's just check how we are going to see this. We have an apple. Okay, it's working fine. Let's have a banana. Yeah, it's working fine. And X, no result. Okay, we got it, and we finally completed this thing. Now what is this? We don't have to pass any fruits here. We can just do thing. Yeah. So now our render is not what we say, depending on the array. So here we didn't pass anything, right? What else we can do is here. Let's just see. So we just optimize our code. We remove the data, and now it's not duplicating also and not repeating also the data. We just filtered and just rendered the data. We can hear from what was that, render, right? From where we are render, having a render functions. Okay, only the two place, right? Do we have a render here, a render here, render here? Okay, here render, not pass anything here, just ask. Okay, let's just see apple. Okay, it's working fine. For banana, yeah, X, Y. Okay, working fine. Okay, good to go. So we successfully optimize this thing. Let's just check other thing we have. Do we have a render here, render here? No, we don't have a render here. Just operation. Okay, the one more thing is pending is close search. We didn't use this thing. You have to use that thing also. Let's just see how we are going to fix that too. Okay, let's move forward with the okay things. Business logic is inside event listener. Key down, inside key down, you do filter, open search, render, no result logic, show drop down, hide drop down. That's a lot. Okay, yeah, that's actually a lot things we are performing inside the key down button, right? This was the key down button. We updated key down into the input. Okay, so what I'm thinking about is here, uh, instead of doing a lot of thing here, how we can minimize it and do a minimal thing rather than just all the factory thing here. So instead of this, for ideally what you can do is event handler should stay tiny. Yeah, we have to make it minimal. Currently you can see there's a lot of stuff is happening here, and it has a huge possibility it can be fail or stuck. So to make this more minimal and easy to access this conditions, how we can figure it out, let's see. Example, input dot add event listener input handle input. Okay, they just created a handle input here. So what we can do is handle input, update state and render. Okay, we have already using the render here, right? We figure this out. Now the two thing is pending, this update state and handle input. So we can create a two more thing by two more function. So first of all, handle input, right? So let's create a function handle HAND handle input. So we are just try to minimize the function event that we are performing, right? So we are having a handle input. Where do you have a handle input? Let's track this. So if add listener, right? This is a add listener input dot something is happening here. What can be passed here? Example, they have been given an example also. Just call the handle input here. If the input is happening, handle input will be working, right? So suppose this is a callback function, right? So I am supposed to take all this thing. So let's have a, here we are having e data, right? And it should return something. So we will having a return statement also. Whenever you see the arrow, which means it has a returning something. This object is returning something. Okay. So let's just figure this out how we are going to figure this out. Open search dot e target, they are calling this thing, right? Okay, so what we can do is here, let's take this and paste it out. So we are doing just passing the value to open search and updating our state. Okay, after updating the state, what we are going to do, we just filter out the thing. Okay, last data, let's filter this out and using this thing. Okay, so all this thing I can do this here. Fruits, we are getting a fruits from, I think it's accessing the direct actually fruits, right? And it should not do this thing. How we can reduce this thing, filter data here. For now, let's take this here from here to handle data, inside the handle data. So fruits we are having, and fruits dot filter item, it's item dot to lowercase and includes with checking if the data is present or not. If last date dot lowercase, return the item, else it is will be empty, right? Okay, got it. We got the answer. After getting the answer, what it should do, it should check if ans is dot length. Okay, so here we are also checking. So let's but the issue is we have a autocomplete data, right? uh, what we can do is you're just removing all this thing stuff, right? So we try to maintaining this. Mm, mm, mm. What we can do is input but add listener input, right? If we follow this thing, or we can just do, let's follow this thing only. Let's have a handle input directly. So let's return this thing to here, and we figured this out. If we check ans dot length, which means this answer, this always remember the filter method is returning you a value, something values. So it's a return the value, and what value are we giving? I think we're getting the array, because you can see dot length is a array, or so I think it has a let's just analyze why we just hope instead of hope. Let's just clarify it. What is the answer, right? And don't return here, because we are doing this here. And autocomplete, we are having an autocomplete, right? Let's have this here and update this. So I think we have been just format document. We have been try to all the stuff handle this there only. And instead of this doing this, let's have a handle input. Okay, and handle input is quite handling all the stuff. Let's just check is it working or not. Auto data complete we are having, yes. And remove the data. Okay, auto data dot add hidden. Okay, let's just try, is it working fine? Apple, okay, it's working fine. If we have a banana, if cross, okay, if it is have a pasting value something, no result. Okay, if we copy this, okay, it's working fine. Okay, no issue, it's working fine. I think we even figured it out. Okay, the this was a simple thing, just we have to copy this and just paste it here. So not much thing we have been done here. We just remove the render thing. Okay, figure it out that. Let's see what else we are pending here. So now we can see, we just try to figure this out and update the state also render. Let's just see how it's going. Update handle input, and handle input has having updating the state, right? So here we are open search, this is where we are updating the state. After updating the state, we are just figure it out the filters and all, and then we are render. And what I'm thinking, we didn't need the filter also, I think so. The fruits dot filter item dot lowercase, right? Because in the render we have already done this. See, we are filtering this, right? So I think we can comment this out also. Let's just check is it working fine or not. And instead of ANS, does our render return something? Mm, mm, mm. Append dot main child. It doesn't return anything, right? So it will be hard for us. If we just if we return the array ANS, so does it no, it will be creating a issue here. Just check Apple, yeah, it will be just undefined. ANS is undefined. Mm, what I can do is uh no, let it be for now. Don't try to mess this here. We will be try after change, okay? Where can I get this PDF? Okay, so actually this is not a PDF. We just update it. We try to solve the question. What we have been done is we ask the AI to give you a system design question, and he is given a questions, and we try to solve that question. And after solving the version we have as a solution, we ask AI to review us our solution, and AI has been just explain what are the solution. So for just your reference, here you can see overall rating. We asked AI to rate our solution and score us. So he scored us. Our previous value was 6.8, between the 6.8 or 7.2, and it's highlighting what are the things our solution. So in this live sessions, we are trying to practice and learn with all of you. So how can we learn the system design concept and system design implementation in our coding? So nothing else we are doing. Here we are trying to discuss and understand what are the concept and learn through with each other and through the AI. So let's get back to the question. Okay, so what we have been completed, we have handle input. We just business logic we have been fixed, and now it's fixed the business logic, right? Okay, handle input is fine. Let's move further. We are having another thing, what is about no separations between the state update and rendering. Okay, so what does this mean? Let's understand. Okay, if we change this, we can get 5 out of 5 star. Okay, let's say key down. Okay, we just updated the key down into the input, change state, dom state, filter. Instead key down, update state. Okay, okay, one more key down we are having two key down. The previously we changed and update into the input. This key down was about event escape button. Okay, it's no, it's fine, right? Everything updates together exactly like React, exactly like Vue, Angular, and Silhouette. I know about the React, Vue, and Angular. I didn't heard more about the Silhouette. So if you heard about the Silhouette, comment down and share your experience. We will love to hear that. Okay. So what is about no separations between the state update and rendering? Okay. There is a no separations between. We are key down, change the state. Let's just see. We have an input, right, and handle state. So here just a key down, change the right now we are updating the state, right? Okay, and then updating this DOM also, and filter and change DOM again. Yeah, we are doing this thing. It should be instead of that key down, when we okay key down something has been worked, update the state and then render. Yeah, then we are rendering also. Yeah, that was my main concern, that we are doing the filter again and again, because here you can see filter in the render also. We have been filtering the data here, right? So we can, what I'm thinking, we can eliminate this thing actually. But how we can to eliminate this? If we got the target, right? So if we check this here, if ans dot length is 0, yeah, just a second, I think some network issue. Okay, no, that's fine. So if it is 0, then here only it's just update and return, right? Instead of doing handling this thing in the handle input, input, and okay, let's just check it out. Mm, and we didn't want to do this thing, right? Filter also. Okay, let's just comment this and let's see. Is okay, sorry, not this. We have apple, apple. Okay, it's working fine. If we have x, okay, it's fine. Okay, 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 we got this. X, y, okay, I, yeah, yeah, okay, 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 yeah, finally we did it and remove this extra line of repetitive code. We figured it out and let it be inner. Okay, if we remove this also, does it matter? X, apple, apple, banana, okay, kiwi, okay, it's fine. I, okay, x, okay, okay, no result. So as per, okay, so we successfully got this and remove the, we are previously we are repetitive code, we are again and again trying to filter this out, but now we just remove this all. I think there were more 10 line of code, we just figure it out in the 5 line code, or 4 5 6 7 7 or 8 7 line code. Instead of 20 line code, we are having now 7 line of code. So this is the optimizations that we try to update. So like this we have to do this in the real world. So let's run this, okay, learn this, not run. Okay, so we got this, and now filtering logic. So currently our filtering logic is like this, okay, item dot lowercase dot include last type to lowercase, right? So instead of that, we can all through interview usually expect start with, okay, we can, yeah, I didn't get it when writing this program. We can also use the start with include instead of using include. So because autocomplete generally search prefixes, yeah, we instead of sorry, ea, preach, prayer, we can just focus on ea, right? Not wrong, just a product design. Okay, so here we are able to learn and explore about the product decision also. So we got a product decision. For now let's keep it simple only. We can also, we have an option, right, start with also. Let's okay, go good with the includes only. Let's see what is the another thing. Event delegations, very good. Auto completes listen instead of 100 listener, excellence. Okay, they just okay, praise us in click outside, good, closest, okay, okay, escape key working fine, works all through again, it should be updates false. Okay, yeah, here the comes the part second. We've successfully optimized this thing, render handle elements, and also this thing we figure it out. The one more important part is we are not updating the is open false, right? So whenever is you can see every time is true, it is not false. When it should be false, escape key, when is the, where is the escape key? We should have a attach events, right? Here we should have a escape, yeah, this is the escape key. What is the escape key is doing here? Suppose you are trying to apple, but you, if you click in the outside, or if you key press the escape key from the keyboard. So right now I'm trying to type the escape key, okay. So if you press escape key, so auto solution will be automatically hide, right? Okay, so although if we try to press apple, so it will show again the data. And one more condition there is, if we click outside the suggestion, this is a suggestion, right? If I click here, it should disappear, right? So if we click here, you can see it's disappearing. So these are the some of the requirements from the questions. Let's move forward. And another things is one pending thing is from our side is false, because we successfully opening the state, but we are not closing it. So when to close search, we didn't use anything close search. Let's see how we can do this. Escape key works fine, then render instead of class list dot add. mm, where we are doing this class list dot add, let's just figure it out. Okay, so here in the escape we are doing what, class list dot add. uh then render. It should update state dot open false. Okay, let's update. If escape is doing, then we are doing state. What we are trying to do is here, we are trying to update this here. We can directly call the close search also, right? If you call this, so false, and it is data, last data should be empty, right? And then render instead of class list dot add hidden. uh yeah, we can remove this also, right? Let's just check, is it working fine or not? Apple, if we escape, okay, nope, it's not hiding actually. If it is not there, then it should, okay, close search and then we should render, right? So now it's does it working? Apple, if we press escape, okay, it's render the all the thing, right? Does they mean to hide? Apple escape is showing the all the value, right? mm, okay, so how the render is working, let's just check. Auto completes, right? If it is empty, then it should okay, so what I'm supposed to do is here, let's just first render and then close search. No, actually close search will be first, right? Let's apple, if we press escape, okay, so what it's doing, it's getting back to the previous state, right? But instead of previous state, I just want escape. uh ans dot length. Actually it's rendering on the fruits, right? But if a last date, last data, let's just check here last data. What is the last data here? Console.log state. When we press the state, what is happening? And it should first, right? If we apple, right? If we press, you can see last data is apple. Okay, last data is not updated here. So when we close search, it should wait and then call, right? Or let's don't call this here right now. Let's see now. Uh, Apple, and I press the escape. The last data you can see the it is not updated. Mm, okay, because it's calling before. Let's now see. We have a apple and we press the escape. Now you can see last data is empty. After that, if we call the render, but render is working on fruits. Okay, fruits, if item is lowercase dot includes space. Here there is a problem in statement that it's started like checking the includes, and empty string is always true, right? What we can try is, let's we have a two conditions. One condition is about if it is the state dot last data. If it's state dot last data is something, dot length, or last data is value, right? Last data dot length is greater than 0, and along with this two conditions should be true, right? First of all, we will be going to check if it is not null. Okay, so if we apple, okay, line number 35, the issue is here because it is null starting from, and it should not null. Okay, okay, issue is here, we can't do this thing. Greater than length dot length is greater than equals to 0. Instead of null, let's we have a try this thing. Okay, so now it's working fine because of, and if we press last data is empty. mm, no, it should like this. Okay, apple, if it press escape, last data is this. Okay, no, it's not the fixing. So it's not ideal solutions that we are going to follow this. Okay. Okay, let's remove this. We will try to figure this out in another way, and we will try to do is null as a start. Okay, so let's just see and figure this out. Okay, so we are up close the search, updating the data, right? After that we are rendering. Let's have a render. If you have a, okay, apple, if we press escape, it's showing the all the things, right? But when we show the escape, let's have a autocomplete also there, so it should hidden, no issue. Apple, yeah, last data also. So more important motive was the last data should empty, because previously it was not empty, it's handling data inside it. So let's keep that only for now. We will ask AI to review and explain us how he is going to handle this. Okay, so we figured it out this. After that we have 11th. Okay, open search. Open search is last data. Okay, true type. Okay, uh, currently notice something is actually open anything, its update name is misleading. Update query or set query. Okay, we can also, and also I didn't think we should add this line here, because we are already updating here, right? When we have rendering, let's see. No, here we didn't update this thing, but when it's okay, okay, we need to pass this thing, right? So we have to handle this thing, open search. Okay, so this should be having a last type. Okay, that's a great thing. And instead of open search, we can update it with the updated query. Let's have, okay, everywhere, and let's paste it. So we have updated query successfully. Okay, do we have a open query? Okay, no, yeah. And this close query should be close search. Close search, do we have a close search? Okay, set unset the update, or let's have a close query. Instead of close search, we have a close query for a better naming convention, using a close query. Okay, that's a fine. Anything else? No result rendering. Instead of currently doing okay, elsewhere, currently do enter sorry, inter so not inter, it's a inner HTML. Okay, we are doing the no result, then elsewhere rendering ENS. Now your rendering logic is split across two places. A strong design is to have a one render path, then handles. Okay, so it's a little bit uh challenge what we have been doing here. A strong design should have a one rendering path that handles empty query. Okay, hide drop down, no matches, and show no result matches render suggestion. Keep that all unique UI decision centralized. Okay, currently our UI design is not centralized, I think so. Inner HTML no result, right? Do we have a inner HTML no result? If inner result have a, okay, this is, I think so. I think so. We haven't figured this out in the centralized only here. Maybe it not be. It will be checked. Okay. Architecture comparison, current flow key down, figure key out, last time current state filter, show DOM, hide DOM. This was the whole thing. There's a lots of step going on in the old solution, and more maintainable. It's a input event state render components. Okay. So I think we have been done the more optimized thing also. Okay, I think Kazan Dev has asked for a PDF or something. Uh, so if you need this solution as well as this challenge question in your PDF bar, you can access. So you can comment us in comment section, live chat. You can tell, or in the comment section, you can ask for this. I can share this with you in the GitHub or GitLab, so you can access. If you need this, mention in the comment section. We will have to share this, and you can also practice this with us. Okay. So state should be update only the minimum necessary data, example, current the query, and drop down if the derived. Okay, we have been completed this. Use the input instead of key down. Okay, done. Event handler should only update the state and call render. Done. Render only the function that manipulates the DOM. Uh, yeah, I think so. Render is only the manipulating the DOM right now. Okay, no, not need this. This is manipulating. No, it's just updating. Yes. Okay, this is updating. Okay. So Kaizen Dev has said yes. Okay, got you. We will be providing this after ending the summation. We will be posting into the GitLab. Instead of GitHub, we are trying to use GitLab because GitHub is okay. We are all know about the GitHub, but we are having a GitLab also. But we will try to provide both of that. You can be accessible easily. You can download from both. Okay. Okay, we have a new person, Spidey6969. Hello, fellow coder. When learning new program language, how do we approach it? Currently, I am watching YouTube videos of 10 to 12 hour etc. and build something around it. Okay, you can watch the videos also. So suggestions that I would give to you, Spidey, is today you can have access of AI, right? Watch the videos for understanding the concept, what is the theoretical knowledge, as well as how they are applying to it. But don't try to stretch it about to 10 to 12 hours a complete job. If it is a 10 or 12 hours, make them as a separate as 1 hour, 2 hours point, and try to figure this out. What in that 1 hour, what has been teached, and try to implement that and practice it. Along with that, you got the concept right. You understand what are the topics and teacher they have been taught us. So take that topic and ask the AI to give me some relevant questions related to this. So AI will be giving you 4 to 5 questions related to that topic, and you can try to solve this. Even though if you have a rough figure or a wrong answer or anything, when started, you can ask even how can I start it, give a start point. He will give you a puzzle. So you can solve that puzzle and understand how the question, how you can figure it out the questions, how you can solve that. And once you got to know about that thinking, and you can able to easily learn that language as well as you can solve the problems also. That's the approach that currently I'm using, and I have learned from other many YouTubers also. They are teaches us like this only. They gives a puzzle and try to solve this. Because just watching it will not help you. When you start practicing and start using your analogy, it will help you. Okay, okay. I just got exhausted my battery. No issue. So just off there. Okay, let's back again. Keep the filter logic out of the event listener is possible. Okay, so I think so. We have been outed. Okay, so successfully outed from the event listener. Okay, so I think we have been solved the maximum things. Let's just ask AI to review it. Here we are. Let's go to ChatGPT. So here is the prompt that I use most of the time. Let me share. So what I tell AI, behave or act, you can use behave or act as a senior software engineer, senior software engineer who is guiding his intern or or a or a junior developer to understand the system design questions and practice the low level design concept which includes which also have a touch the oops the most important things we have to learn the patterns oops async javascript. Okay, uh okay, we have okay, let's just complete this. After that we will try to read the comment. Okay, we have also have a touch the oops js, async js, and what we having system design we having a touch Oops, async.js, and etc. for now. Okay, so we are practicing some of the question that you have shared earlier. So here we try to do optimize our solutions. Okay, so pasting the previous context to have you full understanding. Okay, got it. So what I'm doing to here, so what does mean by context here? So context, whenever you use any LLM, LLM has a memory kind of thing which it's understand, okay, these are the things are happening, and this was the past sessions idea. Okay, it has a brain, it's recover the retrieve all the data, so it's retrieving the data. So I'm providing it's a context so it can retrieve it, and you can he can analyze the stuff. Okay, what was the happen in the last session, and how can I explain to the user what is the current context. Okay, so this was a what is our past last context, like previous context. Let's have a previous context data. Let's giving this a previous context data. Actually, these are the parts of the rag something you can see if you have learned about, or think if you haven't explored the rag data. So here you can understand retrieval, the meaning of retrieve, you can easily got it. Okay, so we will be bringing up that solutions like rag applications, graph applications. What are those? I am very fascinating about this. We will be learning and practicing that also. Okay, for now current optimize solution. I think we have to give the question also, because he didn't have a question, right? But it will be exhaust the limit also, because there is a certain kind of a limit to AI. I think so. Attach event, right? Let's have this thing only. Review it. Okay, here this is a much stronger version than the previous. I can clearly see you're trying to move towards the architecture we discussed instead of making the code work. If I were reviewing this as a senior engineer, okay, so we got at least 8, which is a far better, because previously you can see what we got 6.8 to 7. So it is a huge victory for us. Okay, which improved switch to input. Yeah, a small event handler. Before it was almost handling the 25 lines. So now it's handling just the 3 or 4 lines. Query is now coming from the state. Yeah, we were updating the state also. Rendering is centralized. Okay, now let us review the remaining issue. Okay, now also we are having a certain ratio. Yeah, it will be having, because we are not expert, we are a learner, so we will be facing huge issue. So if we learn from the issues and the flaws from our solutions, we will be better at once someday. Okay, so we have some comment also. Let's just see that. So Spidey69 has share a comment. Thanks for suggestions. Thanks for feedback. Your voice was glitching in between to do check it once. Okay, okay. Thank you for updating us. Yeah, it's having a certain mic issue sometime, or network issue. We will be taking care of that. Okay, thank you for your concern. And let's just see. Issue was rendering. Still, it isn't the only DOM updater. Yeah, actually, we are dealing with the auto hide this also, and inside the event listener also we are maintaining. Try to do this. Uh, okay, so we have again, instead of a hyphen using the okay comment your context, that gives the chatbot better idea. Okay, that's a great thing that we can try. Yeah, we will surely try in the next session. So using the triple comma, right? It's like a syntax of, I remember it's coming from a Python also. I have seen that in the Python, I think we should call it docstring, right? It's like a docstring. Yeah, yeah, we will try. Thank you for your suggestions. We love to see use that. And let's go. look back into the questions. Okay, we have something. Okay, we will be figuring this out. We are not update. We are currently updating outside also render, so we will figure this out. Apart from this, what we are having else, issue is open is almost ignored. Look carefully. State is false. You created is false. Great. Now search the code where it is actually used. Almost nowhere. Oh yeah, actually we didn't use anything. uh Autocomplete data class list dot hidden. Okay. No matter what is open. Okay, contain. No matter what is open contains. That a code smell. Okay, that's not too much smelly, but okay. Pseudocode flow, it should, if state is open false, hide drop down return. Okay, we got the pseudocode also, and now state is render. Okay, issue 3 is render 3 is still doing business logic. Okay, let's have a filter isn't a render. Think about responsibility. Rendering means display, filter means compute data. Those are the different responsibility. Ideally render display state or filter result. Okay, we will look into it. Okay, how we are going to do this. Eventually your architecture becomes handle input, update state filter and render. Okay, we are having a different filter functions itself. Okay, let's see how we are going to do this. Issue 4 is state containing the wrong thing. Okay. Okay, got it. What else we are having is actually query. Better name is state and query false. Another engineer should understand it's without reading implementations. Okay. We have to update the naming matter also. Better naming is last data. Instead of last data, we can use the query. Query is the better thing that we should use. So yeah, these are the some of the hints on understanding that AI has shared us to and how we can do the good coding and a clean code, because we are not alone coding. We will having the other members also. Although AI has been come and it is doing extremely well, but we have to understand the basic some of the conditions and restrictions, so we can have a knowledge, and it's also help us to clear the interviews also. When you present this or things like this certain kind of, we know how we can give a naming matters, so interviewers thinks okay, he know the crucial data, small points which matters most of the time, but we lacking behind because we didn't try to implement those. Issue 5, empty query bug. It was empty. Okay, includes. Filter becomes includes. Okay. What happens? Every string includes. Yeah, this was the thing we have faced in the solution, that when we try to pass this empty string. So previously we tried to go with a null, but we can't use null because we have a includes empty string. So this was the issue. Autocomplete should do empty query and hide drops. Okay, or what we can do is show recent searches. Okay, instead of either we can go with the empty query hide drops, or we can show recent searches. Okay, that is a product design depending. Okay, so render the should ask first query and hide. Okay. Issue 6 is, okay, we are having a lots of issue. Okay, AI is will teach us. Okay, click outside. You fixed one problem but introduce another. Event dot target dot closest equals to auto data equals to null. Null. Okay, suppose click input drop down disappears. Normally click inside the input should keep it open. Instead condition should ask auto outside drop down and auto outside input. Okay, running possible running runtime error. Okay, inner text suggest dot inner text. Okay, padding container, user clicks on padding or container, then javascript closest. Okay, return nulls and null dot inner text, boom, always guard. Okay, if item, if not a item, we can. Okay, these are the edge cases that we should follow. Mm-hmm. Render always rebuild everything. Yeah, it's actually working like this. It's every time it's click, it's a re-rendering. If it is a 20,000 item, then it will expensive. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Understood. Update query. Okay. Last type true. Okay. Currently it's doing like this. Suppose it is empty. Showdown query, probably not. Instead, it is less than query. State becomes self-consistent. Okay. The biggest level design lessons are here. Notice something interesting. Your render still has to decide. Show drop down, hide drop down, no result suggestion. That's because your state is incomplete. Okay. So state should have a query filtered is true. Okay. Imagine instead. So we are having a okay inside query only they are trying to figure it out this filter. Okay, this is an interesting thing. Now becomes a render stupid. Okay, no calculation. Senior engineers love dumb render function. Okay, dumb render function. This is a funny little. Senior engineer loves dumb render functions. Okay, if this became React, your flow would look like input set query filter set filter render. Now you close your now close you already here. You are accidentally learning React architecture before React. Okay, we are accidentally learning the React architecture before the React. Okay, that's a good sign. Yeah, I think let's ask AI to give a solution updated and we compare and learn from this. Okay, so actually it's a high time and we have been given the enough time. Let's ask AI to give a solution so we can understand. Okay, let's pause here. Let's pause. Pause here. You share the optimize solution with us so we can compare it and understand. Okay, understand it. So we are stopping here and let's see the AI, how the AI responds its final architecture. Okay, absolutely. This is something I would be comfortable seeing you as a junior developer. After a couple of iterations, it is not enterprise ready, but it flows the architecture we have been discussing. Okay, the goal there is a not to write the shortest code. The goal is to make the flow predictable. Okay, got it. Final architecture should be like this: user input, handle input, update the query, update state, query filtered is open, rendered, update the DOM. Okay, the new thing that we have been introduced is filtered in the state itself. Well, currently what we are doing in the state we are just maintaining the is open false and the last data is the query. Okay, so what we have introduced is filtered. They are trying to filter inside the state only rather than doing inside in the render. So that's a okay updated thing that we have been understood. So okay, notice that every UI update happens inside the render. Yeah. So solution is like this. Okay. State. Okay. So yeah, they introduce the filtered as a array inside the query only. So now you just update this thing and you can list it down. Okay, so this is the thing. Let's just compare it. Okay, instead of comparing from here, what we can do is let's just copy this solution and compare this with here. Okay, so let's have this thing here. Okay, so this is the fruits we are having. Okay, got it. Instead of okay, so we are having a new thing introduced filtered here, and query it's just empty array. Instead of a null, we are trying to empty array. Okay, that's good. Okay, we are having a search bar and auto data. Okay, main we have been removed. Yeah, why the main is deleted. And we have a updated query here as a function. What are the functions they are having as proposed by the AI? Let's just see. Okay, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 functions, and how functions we are maintaining. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, they are just add-on function as a updated query. Instead of doing this all this thing in the render, they have just created a updated query. What is the updated query? State.query is trim query. It's trimming here. Okay. If a state.query is a false or empty, it will like just return here from here and basics data it will do. Filter equals to you're doing the filter thing. Okay, they are separated filter. What we are doing is here in the you can see in the render itself we are doing the filter. They are also doing the filter, right? No, they are just doing the iterations. The for each is a different iterations only. uh, there is a slightly difference, not slightly, there is a huge difference between the filter, for each, and the dot map method. So most of the times we can get confused because what are the difference in that. So there are a huge difference, and we will love to see the difference if you explain those difference in the comment section. And this is the most important questions also which asked by the interviewer in the interview section. Basics one, but that is a important thing. Okay, so what else we are having? Suggestion value. Okay, that is a great thing. Render, they are just doing the, okay, these are the edge cases, they are trying to figure this out. Okay, no result are also figured out in the render, and it's just iterating. Okay, and append the fragments. Okay, what are the fragments here? Create document dot fragment. Okay, got it. Where render is a simple function. Handle input, and how we are handling input. Okay, we are handling the same thing. Okay, okay, not much difference with our solution also. Attach events, we are trying to attach here the click. Suggestions, okay, add event listener drop down. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, they have a most simple and easy to understandable thing. No issue. Okay, they are maintaining a close drop down also. Close drop down is this thing. Okay, directly false. So how we are going to fixing the close queries? Okay, false and this here. Okay, no issue. We understood the things. And what is the last thing that AI has to tell us? Why this is better? State is single source of truth. Okay, got it. Event handlers become tiny. Yeah, update something and render. This is easy to understand. Bijli, sorry, not Bijli. It's a business. Business logic moved out of render. It's happening sometime. I want to speak something else and I speak something else. Yeah, no issue. Update query owns the business logic. Notice the functions now all answers. Update query. It decided the current query filter the list should drop down open. Good cohesion. Okay, got it. Render becomes dumb. Okay, the senior wants the solutions to become as possible as a dumb, but it should be as optimized also. Got it. Small improvement. I will still make this is isn't necessary today, but it's how seniors think. Update query. Okay, got it. Uh, uh, uh. Because tomorrow the data may come from API, database, cache, local store, index, DB. Yeah, data can be coming from anywhere. Only one function changes. The component doesn't care where the data comes from. Even the better separation, real LLD, low level design. LLD is a full form. If they're building this is a reusable component, I would separate it into layers. Okay, state layer, logic layer, view layer, and events layer. Oh, that's a great thing. Notice every section has exactly one responsibility. Okay, got it. Now the things I would change for a production application, I would actually won't store the filtered in the state. Yeah, this is an important low level design discussion. There are two kinds of state: source state and derived state. Okay, this is a new concept that we are learning. Source state and the derived state. Source state is a query. User entered, this is entered by the user, and filter is the computed from the query. Okay, yeah, okay, got it, understood. There are two different states: source state and a derived state. Source state is from the getting from the directly as a source from the user, and filter is just a derived state is just a filtered data that we have been computed and have a changes data. Okay, got it. So since filtered can be always be recompute from the query and fruits, storing it duplicates informations. Okay, why is interesting? Because one of the most important low level design principle is don't store when you can derive. Don't store when you can derive. Okay, this is an important principle that we will try to remember. Every extra piece of a state creates the possibility that two value differ out the sync. Okay, yeah, there can be. If we have a multiple options, then we can choose the wrong one also. So make it less. Okay, and senior engineer perspective, this is where I would pause and ask design questions rather than immediately saying one approach is correct. Now you have a two reasonable design. One is the filter stored, and other is the stored query. Okay, and we figure it out with the option 2 only, because there's some better thing that we can find out. yeah, that's it. That's my time for now. And we have been understood the things. And one thing I want to share, if you want this thing, mention in the comment section. We will love to share this folders and GitHubs, all the data with you. And we will love to see your comment also. And that's it. We will meet you in the next session with the next questions of the system design and other things, and practice those, and we will be learn together and better become better developers together. Okay, that's it my time. Meet you in the next session. Till then, bye bye, good night, radhe radhe. So let's stop the screen. Okay, stop sharing. Okay.